I'm Bill.
And I'm Candace.
And we're the Disruptors. Welcome to our special Memorial Day podcast on the Disruptors. On our show today, we're going to be talking to Ashley-McCabe, who is the Vice President of mccabes-automotive specialist in University Place. And Ashley's going to tell us her story of how she became the angel of automotive repair.
Hi, I'm Ashley-McCabe with mccabes-automotive, Vice President, and I am talking to you today about kind of where I'm at. I am 25 years old, and I grew up with my dad, Richard McCabe, and my mom, Rebecca McCabe. I am the youngest of 4 siblings. I have 2 older brothers and an older sister. I've always been really close with my mom and my dad. I grew up in a family that was raised on entrepreneurship. My mom was a stay-at-home mom. I was extremely lucky to have her, and my dad ran the business. I was always a super business-focused child. I always wanted to figure out how to turn 1 penny into 2 or 2 quarters into 2 and how always to make money. So when I turned about 16, 17, I got my first job and I loved it. I loved making money. And the very first lesson my dad taught me was, I was a barista, and he said, take care of your customer, because if you take care of them, they'll take care of you. And that was my goal. I went to work every day. It didn't matter how much money I made as long as I was having a good time and taking care of my customers. And at the end of the day, I was never disappointed. When I went to school, I wanted to be a dental assistant and then go into dental hygiene. But as I got into an office, I realized that was not the life for me. So I went back to the coffee stand and decided I wanted to go back to school for business, because growing up in a family where that's all you talk is business.
It's business all the time.
Business all the time. I decided, that's what I want to do. I'm gonna do business. So my dad was getting ready to close to retirement age. He had an offer on the business and wasn't quite ready to sell just yet. And he approached me with possibly taking over the company. And I looked at him and I said, Dad, I know nothing about cars. And he looked at me and he said, well, you didn't know anything about coffee when you first started. And here you are, 7 years later, and you love it. So he taught me, take care of your customers. That's so important. And here I am. This December will be 3 years at the shop, and I've learned so much. The most important lesson that my dad ever taught me was take care of your customers. And every single day, I'm striving to, I always push for them, and we have extremely honest employees that always push for our customers. And I am only 25 and also a female. So as most of you can imagine, auto repair is a 98% man's world.
Very true.
I have had a couple setbacks in just my own personal. Somebody always wants to talk to the man in charge. They always want to talk to, is there someone else they could talk to?
Oh.
I sit at the front desk of the shop. I'm usually the first one that you see. And the first question I usually get is there somebody else I can talk to?
Now, do they feel that you just don't have the knowledge of what you're doing and that you're just there as a secretary type hostess?
Yep. Yeah, usually they have a mechanical question or they want to talk to somebody who knows more with more experience. And I can relate. I understand. But that was really hard for me, coming from somewhere where I knew everything. I did all the coffee research. I went to school. I was a barista for many years, and I worked a lot.
Holy smokes.
And I learned everything I could about coffee, the roasting of the coffee, why you do the things the way you do. So to be in a new environment where I knew nothing or very little to nothing, I had a lot of learning to do. And so that was hard. It was a setback, and I wasn't sure what to do. I had come to my dad, and I said, I don't know anything about this industry. What do I do? He said, well, that's easy. Let's send you to school.
Oh, so, simple. Yeah. Gee, Dad, let's go to school.
Let's go back to school. So my dad sent me through, it's called guerilla shop management. It taught me all kinds of things about numbers and the back office. It also taught me about cars in general, just the general understanding. I mean, when I first started, I didn't realize that there was a different way to spell brake rotor on a car and that you broke your finger. I mean, I had, when you're not in the industry, you just don't know.
That's very true.
I didn't like feeling uneducated, and so I stood over my service advisor's shoulder. I listened to him talk to customers. I went out into the shop. I still do. Out in the shop and I ask questions. What's that? What does this do? Where does this go? What does this happen if this breaks? And my technicians have done a really good job of educating me. And I still get is there somebody else I can talk to? Or I need to talk to a mechanic because...
How do you do that, though? If somebody comes in and says, okay, I want to talk to somebody else, how do you actually move them around to the fact of respecting you and getting to know that you're the one that they really should be talking to?
Yeah, well, I just acknowledge them that I hear them that they want to talk to somebody else, but I just, sure, can you explain to me what you're needing? I might be able to help you. And if I can't, I can definitely get you someone with more education than me. Usually they have a simple question. Do you take Visa? Can you take cash? I even, that happens a lot. Or I need my brakes checked. I need to make an appointment. Okay, great. I can do that. I can definitely do that. I understand now when somebody describes symptoms, I'm not panicked. I usually can relate them.
I need to send you to the brake man.
Yes. Or I'm having this type of problem, drivability problem. My AC is not working. When I turn my heater on, nothing happens. Or when I apply the brake pedal, I get pressure in the pedal or wobbling in my steering wheel.
I see. Okay, so basically then, if somebody comes in with a general question of a car failure, you can just pop the answer back to them. Being a younger woman without them having to worry about, is that the right information? Does she know what she's talking about?
Yeah, it's been a fun almost 3 years, and I'm learning every day. We've got 2 great service advisors, Chris and Ken, and they have had years in the industry, and they are constantly sharing their knowledge with me. And I have no problem admitting when I don't know something. So I'll listen to the question, and if I feel like that is out of my reach, I'll just say, just give me one moment, and I'll get you someone with that information. And I'd be happy to get them with Chris or Ken, or even a technician if they have a technical question. But I like to be able to help them if I can.
Well, that's wonderful. Now, tell me, you're a family-orientated company. What makes you better than your competition?
What makes us better than our competition? Everything makes us better than our competition. I like to think that we don't have any competition. We're so different. We are family first. We are honest first. I have no problem admitting when we've been wrong, or if a customer is in a wrong situation. We don't put anybody down around us. We use quality parts. Our technicians have tons of training. Our service advisors have been in the business and in the industry for years. We feel that if we do right to you, you'll do right to us. There's no reason to not.
Well, that's very true. And you've been in business in that area now for how many years?
46. Just over 46. We celebrated our 46th anniversary.
Wow,
last
46
month.
Years in the wonderful downtown University place that your dad said is always sunshine.
Always sunshining.
Has he been outside lately at all?
He's been out golfing,
Oh, golfing, that's very true. So give us an idea. Now, you take care of all different types of domestic and foreign cars.
Yep.
And you all have, I understand, alignment services and all those other neat stuff that you can take care of in the family vehicle.
Brakes, suspension, oil changes, electrical issues, check engine lights, anything. We don't do tires, but we have great people that we can get you in hold of. If you have any questions, my dad's always believed that you should be able to trust your family auto repair shop. He is a part of a great networking group, and if you ever need anybody, we'd be happy to point you in the right direction of someone that we personally trust.
Well, that's wonderful. If I have a car, and let's say I bring it in at 8 o'clock in the morning, and you discover by a couple hours down the road that, well, this is going to take a little bit longer than just 8 hours or whatever, do you have facilities set up so that they can get a ride back home or...
Of course, we offer loaner vehicles. We reserve them upon request. We also have multiple staff on board. As long as we know ahead of time, we can take you home. We can pick you up. As long as you're within 5 miles of the shop. We also are set up with Enterprise. We have their cards in our office. If you need a rental car, we just had a couple come in last weekend. They were on their way to Cannon Beach. They dropped off their car. They picked up a rental car, and off they go. They were not going to let car repair stop them from having a good time. Nope.
No, that's very good. So you're really family-orientated, service-orientated, and you are actually a honest-run automobile repair center. What do you feel, or how do you feel that the industry is going to look like in maybe 5 years with all the advancements and the technical changes in automobiles?
Well, we're essentially driving fancy computers is where we're at now. And in fact, I only see it getting more complex and more complicated. I can't say where the industry is going to be in 5 years. I've heard by 2020 we'll have flying cars. We'll see how that goes.
Well, that's true.
Right, but I definitely see more complicated issues and more complicated problems. The way the car industry is going, everybody wants maximized miles per gallon. Everybody needs to have the average tons of miles per gallon. Well, that puts a stress on other parts of the vehicle as well. So we will be here to take care of those when those problems arise. I always send my technicians to continue in education. Mm-hmm. So if there's a change in the future, we'll be up with the change.
We'll be up with the change. Well, give us your address and where you're at and how we can contact you.
Sure. It's McCabe's Automotive Specialist. We're off Bridgeport Way. Our address is 3147 Bridgeport Way West in University Place with the area code 98466. You can call us at 253-565-5173, or you can visit our website and shoot us an email at ashley@mccabes-auto.com.
That's ashley@mccabes-auto.com. You can answer any questions and get right back to them. Response time is really great, by the way. I've experienced it. It's very, very good. The last thing I want to ask is, how long do you think you're going to be at McCabe's Auto?
How long? Well, my dad put in 46 years. He said he's not officially retiring until 50 years. So that gives him 4 more years. He's partially retired now. He comes in about 2 days a week, but I don't know. I don't have any kids yet. I'm only 25. So I'd like to put in my 50 years. I'd like to retire, 60, 65 as well. And we'll see if I have any kids that are interested in taking over the business and growing it into the future, what it's like in 50 years. That'd be great. If not, we'll see what 50 years presents us. Yes.
Well, Ashley, it's been a lot of fun talking with you, and it gives us a great idea what McCabe's Auto Repair can do for us. So I want to thank you very much and welcome you to the family of the Disruptors. We'll be so excited. Candace, I'm sure, will be excited also. We usually give her the last word, but today she ran out on us.
She did. I can't believe she did that.
You came in and she leaves. Now, normally when I come in, she locks the door and she's on the other side of the door.
She just left this time.
This time left the doors open and ran out. So it's been great. We appreciate you coming down. We hope we can get you back on the air again real soon. Until then, this is Bill reminding you, you can get a hold of us at keepusmiling.com. That's KEEBA smiling.com. Give us a message. Let us know if we're doing something right or wrong. And if you do find a replacement for Candace, please send us all the information. I would really like to start screening as soon as possible. Have a great day.